Hello friends, and welcome to the NVIDIA DGX Spark setup series blog. In the very first video, we set up our DGX Spark machine. In the second video, we installed a few basic apps such as screenshot tools. And in the last video, we installed utility applications like Paint, screen recording, and video editing apps like Kdenlive. The goal of this blog series is to set up at least 25 plus applications across different categories before we start fully utilizing this machine as an AI data center. In this video today, we are going to cover following application on DGX Spark. We'll start talking about note-taking applications like GoogleKeep, OneNote, and Apple Notes. Most of those are cloud-based, and also the NotebookLM. Then we are going to discuss about Notion and Obsidian. Then we are going to talk about how to set up the development objects. So for example, starting with Git, we are going to discuss some very popular code editors like VSCode and how you can use it for vibe coding. We are going to also talk about the Cursor AI and the most popular editor JED by Rust. We are also going to discuss how to use VIM NeoVIM and eMacs like functionality on Ubuntu. And followed by, at the very end, we are going to talk about VS Studio Code Server, how to access JupyterLab, VNC, and SSH so that you can make use of your DGX Spark system even when you're working remotely. Let's first start with our first category, using note-taking application for everyday need. From casual reminder to full-blown knowledge bases. Most of us live on our phones, so we want application that open in a tab and it can sync across devices. So Apple Notes. So if you're on iPhone or iPad, this is chef's kiss. Lock notes, scan documents, you can draw with Apple Pencil, and you can do way more. You can even create folders inside folders, and even the recent iOS 26 version, the update brings a stunning liquid glass redesign. You can do the markdown, import and export for development and writers, and you can also phone call recording and transcription. You can save those straight to your notes application. It's even smarter with Apple Intelligence for summarizing long notes. The next most popular note-taking application on cloud devices is the GoogleKeep. So if you are using an Android-based devices, GoogleKeep is your way to go note-taking application. You will see color-coded labels, checklist, voice notes, and you can always sync it instantly with your Google account. So in recent application, you will see there are reminders. Now you can auto-save to Google Task for better cross-application integration. And for the web users, you can even accommodate rich text like bolding and headings, etc. You can also use AI. So for example, help me create a new AI list to brainstorm shopping or to do things in seconds. Another cloud-based note-taking application is from Microsoft OneNote. This is the cross-platform beast. It works on Windows, Mac, Android, iOS with section, pages and subpages, handwriting, math equations, and even you can use Copilot AI for summarizing handwritten notes. You can generate to-do lists, you can rewrite sections, and in the recent updates, you can even use your ink pen to write on it. You can also, you can handle the PDF and image handling. It works way better on Microsoft OneNote. And you can also integrate with the Teams meeting integration. Now, if you are using a free version, there's always the 5 GB storage via OneDrive. Let's talk about Vim Code Editor. Now, if you're on Linux and you are not using Vim, you are missing out big time. I have made entire playlist course on how to set up and learn advanced Vim functionalities. You can argue that Vim is literally 34 years old. But I can tell you it is still the most powerful, fastest, and frankly the coolest code editor on this planet. Why? The first reason is because you get the speed that nothing touches. Once you learn the motions, you can edit code faster than your brain can think. No mouse, no lag, pure muscle memory. Second, it's available on every Linux server by default. Once you SSH into any machine in the world, Vim is there. You don't need to install anything. Third, customization. You can customize it to any extent you want. You can use any plugin you want. You can use LSP, auto-completion, Gate, and even nowadays you can hook your AI into that. And frankly, it looks prettier than VS Code. All of this you can do while the starter time is only 20 milliseconds. And once you learn this, it teaches you to think like a pro. It helps you learn skills that makes you dangerous in any editor or terminal. Bottom line is Vim is just not still relevant. It's the ultimate flux tool. It was fast in 1991, is still the fastest in 2025, and it'll always be. When you're speaking of the legend code editors, you must talk about eMacs. People call it a religion. They refer eMacs as an operating system pretending to be a code editor. Your personal AI copilot. Before AI was even cool. While trendy editors come and go, eMacs just keep getting faster, smarter, and more powerful, running circles around the competition on everything from your laptop to your DGX Spark machine. Once you go to the org mode for live planning, you can use Magic for Git, built-in emails, IRC, Tetris, and just so many more plugins. It is just not only relevant in 2025, it's thriving. And once you go to eMacs, you realize everything else is just a toy. Let's talk about the next in line, Visual Studio Code. This is the editor that ate the world and keep growing. It's free, it runs everywhere, it turns your DGX Spark into full IDE with one click. It has thousands of extensions, built-in JIT, debuggers for Python, CUDA, Rust, Julia, you name it. It has remote SSH, container dev, AI Copilot, all native. Microsoft made it, but the community owns it. In 2025, it is still the king for a reason. It just works. So you can easily, and it's available everywhere. Next is Cursor. Meet Cursor, the AI-first code editor that feels like ChatGPT grew hands and it started coding for you. It's literally a VS Code under the hood, but supercharged. You can highlight the code. It makes this 10 times faster. This code editor is built for workflows, where you can talk to your code base instead of typing everything. So install it on your Spark machine, point it to your GitHub repository, and you can turn hours into the minutes. Now let's talk about Z, the blazing fast Rust-written GPU accelerated code editor that makes everything else feels like. It's written by Atom team, who said let's do it over again and let's do it right. This code editor is native on Linux, collaborative out of the box. It has zero lag even with millions and millions of lines on the files. Your DGX Spark CUDA course machine actually gets used for rendering. So it's better for 240 frames per second. So if you want tomorrow's performance today and you are tired of using those Electron-based code editors, Z is calling your name. You must use Z. Now let's talk about TMUX. TMUX is not a code editor. This is the terminal multiplexer. That is because you need it so that you can run multiple things, all of these things in the background and without hooking up the SSH. Almost 3 years ago, I poured my heart into an entire video series on Vim. The real Vim, model editing, insane key bindings, the plugin empire with Vim plugin configuration. We turned a simple text editor into full-blown IDE that lives inside your terminal. I was obsessed, and honestly, I am still very much obsessed with Vim. But then I showed you something even wilder, VS Studio Code Server. You install it once on your Ubuntu machine, in our case DGX Spark, and all of a sudden from anywhere you can open VS Code Dev in your browser. You can use your iPhone, iPad or grandma's laptop. You get the full VS Code experience connected straight to your Spark sitting at home. Zero installation on the client side. And you are coding on an iPad Pro while you have the GitHub Pilot, Copilot, 128 GB RAM and multiple class GPUs while sipping coffee on the couch. Now next, NVIDIA takes it to another level with something called NVIDIA Sync. It is their built-in remote desktop technology. It's so smooth that you are not going to miss VNC or no machine feel like dial-up. Okay, it's zero predictable. There's no lag, absolutely zero lag, and perfect color accuracy is hardware accelerated. So on cherry on the top, DGX Spark also shipped with multiple user JupyterLab ready to roll. You spin it up, hands-on, and then you can create unique URLs and your friends, your teammates and your students, all of them, you can run notebooks on these terabytes of VRAM without owning their own master machines. You can create your personal Spark into full-blown shared AI data center. So far, we have just uncovered basic in this series, and we are going to make this a Spark machine like in the next upcoming blocks, and we are going to make it as a complete AI data center. Thank you for watching.